There is a story in every rhyme or a poem that we read. Now we will do a short poem, or you may call it a rhyme. You might know Monday's Child. Every day of the week, some child is born, and that every day of the week has a story to tell. It may be true, it may not be true, but the rhyme says every day has a story. So I will write the poem, the short poem, Monday's Child, and then I'll give you some questions and you can frame some answers looking at the reading aloud to yourself. Okay? Now, Monday's Child. Monday's child is fair of face, of face. Tuesday's child is full of grace. Wednesday's child is full of woe. Thursday's child has far to go. Friday's child is loving and giving. Saturday's child works hard for its living. But the child that is born on a Sunday is fair and wise and good and gay. Now, let's read it together. Monday's child is fair of face. Tuesday's child is full of grace. Wednesday's child is full of woe. Woe means sadness. Thursday's child has far to go. Friday's child is loving and giving. Saturday's child works hard for its living. But the child that is born on a Sunday is fair and wise and good and gay. And this is the rhyme that you learn, or rather poem that you learn in your junior class. Now, some questions. Okay, which child has to work hard for a living? Questions. Which child? Which? All of us are born on different days, you know. So find out for yourself what day you are born and what you are doing. May be right, may be wrong. Which child has to work hard for a living? Okay, which child has to work hard for a living? Now, Saturday's child works hard for its living. So what is the answer? Which child has to work for a living? Saturday's child. The child that's born on a Saturday works very hard for his living. Okay? So which child has to work hard? The child or all the children who are born on Saturday works hard. Which child will be a sad child? That's very sad. Which child will be? Which child will be a sad child? Woe, I told you, woe means sadness. Now, so the child that is born, the child or children who are born on Wednesday will be a sad child. Now, who has to work hard for a living? Children born on Saturday. Which child will be a sad child? The child born on Wednesday. Next, which child will be a pretty child? Which child will be a pretty child? All of us like to be pretty, isn't it? Okay, now let's look at who will be a pretty child. Who's going to be pretty here? Now, Monday's child is fair of face. What's the meaning of fair? A pretty face. A child born on Monday is a pretty. So, which child will be a pretty child? All children born on Mondays. Monday's child is fair of face. Very pretty child. Okay. Now, which child is loving and giving? All of us must be loving and giving, but there's a special child. Now, which child is loving and giving? Loving and giving. That means sharing. Ready to share. Ready to give a helping hand. Now, Friday, all children born on Friday is loving and giving, always ready to help, give a helping hand. So, which child is loving and giving? The child that's born on a Friday is loving and giving. Now, which child will have to go far away? Children born on Thursdays has to go away far. Now, which child will travel a lot? They say children born on Thursday travels a lot. Now, what is the child born on Sunday like? What is the child born on Sunday like? So, the children or the child born on Sunday is fair, wise, good and gay, jolly fellow. always happy, carefree. So which child is born on Sunday? The children born on Sunday are like, they are fair, they are wise, they are good, and they are very happy. So now let's look at the poem once again. Monday's child is fair of face, Tuesday's child full of grace, Wednesday's child is full of woe, Thursday's child has far to go, Friday's child is loving and giving, Saturday's child works hard for its living, but the child that is born on a Sunday is fair, wise, good and gay. Once again, now, which child has a pretty face? The child born on Monday. Now, which child has everything that a child needs? Grace means happiness, blessing, lots of blessing. Which child has got lots? The child born on Tuesday, full of grace. Whatever the child needs, it is there. Now, which child will be a sad child? Child born on Wednesday happen to be a sad child. Now, which child will travel afar, go far away? A child born on Thursday has to go far from the house to study, whatever. Now, who is a loving and giving child? What day the child is born? Which child is loving and giving? Child born on Friday is loving and giving. Now, who works? Which child works hard for its living? The children born on Saturday works hard for the living. And finally, which child born on, what is the child born on Sunday like? The child born on Sunday is fair, wise, good and gay. So what day you like to be born? Want to change the day? No, we cannot. Now, the Sunday's child is most beautiful, fair, wise, good and jolly. So the jolly children are those who are born on Sunday. So it's only a poem. It may be right, it may be wrong. So we have learned to answer questions from a short poem too. Now we'll do another short composition on the Indian monsoon. The Indian monsoon, I'll write out a short passage for you and we will find some answers when I give you the questions. The Indian monsoon. The Indian monsoon. Monsoon comes to India after the heat and dust of summer. It brings with it, rain, thunder, and lightning. The earth cools. The earth cools down with the rain. The time is right for farming. The time is right for farming. Baby birds hatch and you can hear them chirping. They keep chirping for their mothers to bring food. Frogs start a singing competition for start at night. Crickets do not fall behind. You can hear their music. You can hear their music if you sit quietly in the dark. Without the TV. The music of the rain, on the roof and on the window panes sounds magical. Okay, let's read the passage. Okay, one more sentence. Monsoon is the time for colors and music. Flowers and festivals. Okay. The Indian monsoon. Monsoon comes to India after the heat and dust of summer. It brings with it rain, thunder and lightning. The earth cools down with the rain. The time is right for farming. Baby birds hatch and you can hear them chirping. They are chirping for their mothers to bring food. Frogs start a singing competition at night. Crickets do not fall behind. You can hear their music if you sit quietly in the dark without the TV. The music of the rain on the roof and on the window panes sound magical. Monsoon is the time for colors, music, flowers and festival. Now for some questions. Okay. When does the monsoon come to India? Monsoon come to India. When does the monsoon come to India? Say, monsoon comes to India after the heat and dust of summer. You can also say, monsoon come to India after the summer. But the line says here, monsoon comes to India after the heat and the dust of summer. The next question, what does the monsoon bring? What does the monsoon bring? What does the monsoon bring? The monsoon brings with it rain, thunder and lightning. What does the monsoon bring? The monsoon brings with it rain, thunder and lightning. Next question. Here. For what is the right time? For what? For what is the right time? What is the right time we're talking about here? They say it's the right time, the rain is come. The ground is, the rain is come. The right time is for farming. For farming is the correct time. The rain is come, the land is ready. So what is the right time? The right time. What is the right time? For what is the right time? The right time is for farming, for us to sow seeds. What are the baby birds doing? What are the baby birds doing? What are the baby birds? What are the baby birds doing? The baby birds are chirping. The baby birds are chirping. Now, for what are they chirping for? They chirping for their mothers to bring food. What are the baby birds What are the baby birds doing? They are chirping. Now, for what are they? For what are they chirping? For what are they chirping? They are chirping for their mothers to bring them food. Then, who has a singing competition? Who starts? Let's read the passage once again. Go through these questions. The Indian monsoon. The monsoon comes to India after the heat and dust of summer. It brings with it rain, thunder and lightning. The earth cools down with the rain. The time is right for farming. Baby birds hatch and you can hear them chirping. They are chirping for their mothers to bring them food. Frogs start a singing competition at night. Crickets do not fall behind. You can hear their music if you sit quietly in the dark without the TV. The music of the rain on the roof and on the window pane sound magical. Monsoon is the time for colors, music, flowers and festival. When does the monsoon come to India? Monsoon comes to India after the heat and dust of summer. For what does the monsoon bring us? The monsoon brings us rain, thunder and lightning. Now, what happens to the earth after the rain? The earth cools down with rain. What happens to the earth when the rain comes? The earth cools down with the rain. The next, what is the right? What is the right time? It is the right time for the farmers to sow the seed. What are the baby birds doing? The baby birds are chirping. For what are they chirping? They are chirping for their mothers to bring them food. Now, who starts a singing competition? The frogs start a singing competition. With whom they start the competition? With the cricket. Or we can say, who has the competition? For competition, you must have two sides. The frogs and the crickets are starting their competition. Now, what sounds magical? The rain on the roof and the window pane sounds magical. If you listen very carefully, the rain on the roof and the window pane sounds magical. Now, what is monsoon time? Monsoon time is a time for colors, music, flowers and festival. So that's what. What is the monsoon time? Monsoon time. What happens monsoon time? Flowers come out, lot of colors, music is there, flowers come out, festival. So it's a time of colors, it's a time of music, it's a time of flowers and it's a time of festival. It's a beautiful comprehension to read over, to answer.